Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your federal member of parliament for the Apple-laden riding of Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke. I've just returned from our first caucus meeting with our new leader, Erin O'Toole. While I cannot reveal any details from the meeting, I will tell you I am feeling much more optimistic about Canada's future. If Justin Trudeau really wants to plunge the country into an election in the midst of a pandemic, I am confident the Conservative Party shall prevail. And we must, because the alternative is so bad, even bureaucrats and backbench Liberal MPs are afraid. Last Thursday, National Post columnist John Ivison quoted one top-level public servant who's terrified of Trudeau's plans. The prospect is troubling some of Ottawa's most seasoned public servants. It's literally frightening. I'm very worried about my kids' future and their capacity to service that level of debt. The fact is that government is embarking on a major policy shift, and this is a government that's not worried about deficits of 10% of GDP. And that's what one person said with inside knowledge of the situation. It's not just public servants talking to the media about Trudeau's big spending plans. Ivison writes, a number of Liberal MPs say privately they are alarmed by the prospect of runaway deficits. The Liberal Party is divided right now between the traditional wing and the radical socialist wing, and the radical socialist wing is winning. And don't think Trudeau won't use the election to push out the few remaining moderate Liberals, because he will. After Ivison's column was published, the Prime Minister's office pushed back, claiming the choices between austerity and massive spending. So, in response to the reasonable concerns of public servants and Liberal MPs, the Trudeau gang doubled down. By Friday, Ivison was reporting that public servants are pushing back, urging opponents of the plan to speak out before the plan is made public. The public service has every reason to be freaking out. If the reports are true, Justin Trudeau will grow the deficit to $500 billion. Just like his father, he'll introduce piles of new programs, create a massive structural deficit, leading to another debt crisis. It will get so bad, austerity won't be enough. Combined with retiring baby boomers, Canada could run out of money sooner than many expect. This will lead to massive tax hikes on the middle class and massive tax cuts to education and massive cuts to healthcare. Trudeau keeps using US-style propaganda like Build Back Better and the Green New Deal. He keeps claiming this will be a bold new agenda. Plagiarism is more accurate. As Ivison again reports, one senior public servant described the expensive schedule of social programs coming down as structural change in the way government in this country operates. That's all a lie. This is not some big change. This is the Ontario Green scam all over again. Gerald Butts is back with a bold new scam to redistribute wealth from the working class and give it to well-connected liberal elites. They're not even trying to be subtle about it. Butts has set up this pop-up organization called the Task Force for a Resilient Recovery. Anytime you hear trigger words like resilience or reimagine, you know it's going to cost your family dearly. Take a look at the first thing you see on their website. It reads, "Let's build back better." That's literally Trudeau's talking point. This task force is just another branch of the plant of the liberal industrial complex. Most of the members are advisors, and they're from non-profit sectors, but not the charitable side, more the live off the government grant side. They're a group of pre-packaged elites made readily available to the media to provide so-called independent voices. They've even compiled a handy report listing out their bold ideas to get more of your tax dollars. The total bill comes to $49 billion, which is about half the amount of Trudeau's new spending that he's planning. Don't be surprised if most of this is just copied and pasted right into the budget. If we ever get a budget, I'll put a link in the comments so you can see it for yourself. But I should warn you, it is startling to see this scam revealed so brazenly. It tells me they think that they can actually get away with it. Every proposal they make, they introduce what they call potential partners or delivery channels. And that's just code for friends, donors, and family. Here's one slide from the report as an example. Each slide is the same, listing out potential partners / delivery channels. Let me tell you, somewhere there's a slide like that for a certain volunteer program listing We Charity as a potential partner / delivery channel. That's how this scam works. Liberal elites set up organizations which then partner with liberal governments. They create programs which never really address the problem, but are great at keeping the money taps open and flowing with your tax dollars. The organizations might have their executives make sure to max out their donations to the liberal parties, but the real benefit is having a soft landing for ex-liberal ministers or cushy jobs for the children of liberal elites. Dalton McGuinty, Kathleen Wynne, and Gerald Butts nearly bankrupted Ontario with their green energy scam, and that was with a growing economy. Trudeau is the perfect puppet for Gerald Butts and all the Gerald Butts of this world. Trudeau never had to balance a budget. He inherited his wealth from the oil and gas industry, incidentally. In 25 years, when the health care system collapses under the weight of crushing government debts, the children of liberal elites can afford to buy health care in the United States. These organizations are dependent upon liberal governments to keep the taps flowing. Trudeau's plan to make the CERB permanent and legalize all drugs, that'll create a permanent class of jobless, liberal, government-dependent citizens. Well, I know that sounds scary, but as I said at the beginning, I'm feeling confident we can prevent this scam from robbing Canadians of their freedom. What I heard in caucus confirms what I've been hearing from constituents. Most Canadians believe in work. They want a job. They want the dignity which comes from earning your paycheck and providing something of value to our fellow citizens. If Trudeau wants to force an election, we're prepared to fight and win with a plan which puts jobs and dignity first. The Liberals want Canadians dependent on government. We want Canadians to have a job which lets them live a free and independent life. Live from Ottawa, this is Cheryl Gallant wishing you a good night.